Appreciate the opportunity to come here this morning. My name is Sean Fitzgerald. I am the president of a company called Global Energy Services. Why should everybody in this room consider, I assume everybody here is an end user. Any contractors here? Okay, great. I'm also going to talk about opportunities if you're a contractor you should be taking advantage of when you're out in the field and what to look for to help end users and generators. But everybody knows about the increased utility costs. I have a pretty neat slide coming up. It's actually going to talk about the rate increases. Energy savings and maintenance savings is the main reason why a lot of people are here today. We're going to talk about that. Ergonomics. Not only do we want to save money when we look at lighting, but we actually want to increase the light output. And then we're going to talk about tax rebates, which we even have a gentleman coming in that I've worked with for a few years now that's an expert on the federal tax rebates. And my company, just so you guys understand what I do, we are a turnkey lighting retrofit company. So we partner with Dominion, and we'll come out, and I'll talk about this later in my presentation, but we look at your facility to help come up with smart energy conservation measures. And then we either purchase the material through Dominion or you purchase direct, and then my company comes in and actually does the installation. That's our niche. When we walk a facility, we look for what's called the energy conservation measures. First thing we look for, which we call low-hanging fruit, is the old T12 lamps, which, like I said, 60% of the market actually still contains. They're 1.5 inches in diameter. They contain the old magnetic ballast. Just by us doing a simple retrofit where we put in an efficient ballast and a very efficient T8 lamp, we can basically save usually about a 40% reduction in energy. The average return on investment is 1 to 3 years. So if you're a contractor, and I know there's a couple here, when you're looking at customers' facilities, look up in their ceiling and see if they have the old 1.5 inch fat lamps, see if they have the old incandescent accent signs. Occupancy sensors is something we look at on every job. And we actually data logged. It's a little box we put on the wall that actually tells us an average of how much you can save if you put a simple sensor in a restroom or in a hallway or in an office. And the savings is phenomenal. We see about an average of between 25 and 35% savings just by putting a simple, inexpensive wall sensor in an office setting. So we look at taking these R30 dimming opportunities out, any old A19s, and converting them to compact fluorescents, which you usually get about a 75% reduction. There's a huge trend that's taken off really in the past 5 years, and BG&E has the best rebate for this specific energy conservation measure I'm about to talk about. I'm sure Pepco will also. But basically, if Peter Barb came out and looked at a warehouse, and it has what we call HID, high-intensity discharge fixtures, which are 400-watt metal halide fixtures that look like the bell you'd see in a gymnasium, or a high-pressure sodium fixture, looks like a bell, and it's got that yellow light to it. Basically, we can take those fixtures down and replace it with a more efficient fluorescent technology, T5 high output, which is a European technology, or a T8 fixture, and basically reduce the energy consumption by about 50%, same lumen output, instant on. We can put an occupancy sensor on the end of it. And the rebates rate now, I think BG&E's rebate to pay for this is $75 a fixture, which more than pays for the labor and even part of the fixture installation. Basically, where you're seeing the old T12s, obviously, are existing lamps. So there were 420 million 4-foot lamps sold in 2007. Of that 420 million, 129 were T12. New construction TH were 190. People like yourself sitting here, 75 million as they started replacing them. So 63% of existing fixtures are still T12. Let's say you have a facility, let's say you're a contractor and you have a customer you want them to come out and look at. You can call Dominion if you're a contractor, and they would love to walk the facility with you. If you're an end user and you want somebody like myself or Dominion to come out, all you do is contact Barb or Pete or anybody else that you know from Dominion. There's a young lady here at the table. I don't think I met you yet. What's your name? Debbie. Call Debbie. They would love to come out and look at your facility. And they'll even do a preliminary audit for you for free. And there's not too many things in life you get for free. Tools of the trade. I'm going to talk about this real quick. I passed everybody out a gift. We obviously, when we walk the facility, want to make it as efficient as possible, increase your light output, reduce your SKUs, and give you a payback that's less than a few years. That's our goal. What happens when we come out and do an audit? It's very simple. We don't want to bother your tenants, but we'll go out and walk your facility, do a very simple room-by-room description. We'll look at a room, we'll see what type of fixture you have, whether it's a troffer, a wrap, a strip fixture, a can, an exit, metal halide. We just have a simple note and then a code that we count down in the quantity. Then we note if it's T12 or T8. And remember, I said the T12s, which are the inefficient 1.5 inches, were either 40 or 34 watt. Now these T8 lamps, so if you have 32s existing, Barb can sell you a lamp now that's got high, equal lumen output or close to it. Actually, one that's even have a higher lumen than a 32 watt, which is a 28 watt lamp. And then another lamp that's on the market that's been proven that works real well, the Barb loves selling, which is a 25 watt lamp. So we can take your 32 watts down to 25 watts and make sure we maintain IES standards, put a more efficient electronic ballast than what you have, and save you 22% in energy. If you already think you have T8 and you're efficient. And then we note the ceiling heights in case we need lifts. And if you're a contractor and you want Barb and any of these other people from Dominion to teach you, they would love to come out and walk jobs with you. So take advantage of them. They're very good at what they do. I've been working with them for many moons now, and they're very efficient at doing lighting audits. And what they also do is they take advantage of the manufacturing reps. I know there's a rep that I've seen on a couple audits, raise your hand, that he would love to walk with Dominion. So they bring experts, whether it's a sensor expert or a lighting manufacturing expert, to actually walk the facilities and help do layouts and designs, which is a value-added service Dominion brings and not too many other people take advantage of. So we look at the foot candles, the ceiling heights, the type of switching, and then we come up with our solutions and our energy conservation measures. It's a very simple audit process. Now let's say you submit all this and your company comes back a year later and you got the money approved, and you're ready to go to the next step. At that point, Dominion will come out and do what's called a construction grade audit, where they'll actually do a room-by-room fixture count, give you an as-built of the building, a detailed inventory of how much money you can save in every single room per year, with pre-foot candles in every single room, and an accurate and detailed savings report, which is very important. We'll actually put data loggers in for you. We can tell you exactly how much you'll save if you put a sensor in your restroom or put one in your hallway. Dominion's goal today, for the people who took time out of their day to pay to be here, who actually came here and got up the crack of dawn, is provide one simple project, one simple proposal, whether it's through a contractor or through a company like myself, where they'll actually give a turnkey project where it's one contact, Dominion, one invoice, Dominion, material management, in-house labor, whether it's through a company like myself or a contractor that does the installation, equal higher margins for you. Our goal is to make life easy for you. We have dedicated project management, accurate schedules. Our goal, we do a lot of our work at nighttime when the tenants leave. We work 4 10-hour shifts, so we don't bother people during the daylight hours. And you'll get a detailed room-by-room work order of what was complete. If you haven't considered doing an energy audit at your facility if you're an end user, or if you're a contractor and you want to get in the game, there's no better time.